Bonjour.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
There goes the baker with his tray, life always the same old bread and rolls to some. Every morning just the same, since the morning that we came to this poor provincial town.
Good morning, Belle.
Good morning, Monsieur Jean.
You have, you know, the black and white Cocteau version, you have the animated feature, and now you have this live action version where, you know, every detail except myself was, you know, immaculate and gorgeous and real and lavish, and the costumes are incredible and the sets are incredible, the lighting and everything. And then me in this motion capture suit, you know, slightly ridiculous in the middle of it all, but over the months, seeing that emerge and seeing that, you know, blended with the lavishness of the real life set is magical.
Join me for dinner. That's not a request.
Gently, Master. The girl lost her father and her freedom in one day.
Yes, the poor thing is probably in there scared to death.
Exactly.
I really tried to make everything that could be real, so that we built sets. We built big sets. We built that village, you know. We didn't depend on CG extensions.
They must fall in love if we are to be human again, and how can they fall in love if she stays in her room? Hey, Chapeau, you missed the spot.
There's no reason to do this movie if you're replacing, you know, drawn animation with CG animation, you know what I mean? And if you still feel as though you're seeing a sort of 21st century animated movie, you only should do it if it has this completely new form and convinces you that that teacup can actually sing, you know?
Keep it down!
You know, it's what movie making is all about, really, is sort of bringing that magic to life and engaging that kind of, you know, engaging those kind of stories. And yeah, it's sort of, you know, it's something everybody can see something in, you know. I like those kind of stories.
What happens when the last petal falls?
The Master remains a beast forever.
And we become antiques.
What I always loved about the animated film and the way that they portrayed the character was, it was a blend of kind of, you know, dark broodiness, and then also, you know, and you had this sort of extreme violent side, and then this very kind of quite a sweet side and a sensitive side and a silly side, and these were both sort of mixed up in this big hulking great character. And I thought, what an extraordinary idea.
Come into the light.
When you first see the Beast, I felt like we were making a kind of, you know, a James Whale kind of horror movie, you know, and so you hope that all those things, you know, they inform everything you do.
No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's next as incredibly thick as Gaston. There's no man in town if it's manly.
Perfect, a pure paragon.
My fear was I didn't want to play a goofy, bumbling sidekick who was sort of, you know, on the floor at all times getting hit with objects. I wasn't interested in that.
Too late.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I sat down with Bill Condon and we sort of discussed ways to kind of make the character more dimensionalized and give him a real arc. And once that happened, I felt very confident that I could sort of make my mark and do something playing off of this guy that would be pretty fun.
If she is the one who'll break the spell, you must finally learn to love.
Have you really read every one of these books?
Some of them are in Greek.
The minute you imagine actors as opposed to painted characters, then you realize that how they behave and what they say has to change, you know, has to be adapted to reality, to psychology, to all of those things, you know, and that became fun. It was like mounting a new production of a Shakespeare play, you know.
I remember the songs and people applauding at the end of those songs and being like, whoa, this is unusual.
Yeah, the atmospheric nature of that music has never aged. It still has that impact. Every time you hear it, you'll start humming it.
The Tale as Old as Time it's one of the most extraordinary earworms of a song I've ever come across. I find myself singing it at the strangest times. It sort of lurks. It's like it's always been there in the back of my brain.
It's never left me. I've never forgotten it. And I can walk down the street and somebody stops me taps me on the shoulder. It's happened like recently. Started saying, I'm especially good at expectorating. These lines have stayed in people's imaginations, you know. So the anticipation to see the live action is palpable.